Let me make a note to say, look up
Oh,
Joy right there.
what's up, people? This is Zero, and today on the Positive Lane YouTube, and right now I got Joy, aka Be the Difference Clothing, and Miss Fullarola Sarah up on the pound today. So, Miss Fullarola, since you're the newest panelist to come up on here, you might, I mean, maybe you want to tell people who don't know nothing about your channel about what you do and what your channel's about.
Well, hey, hello everyone to Zero the Infinite's audience. Thank you so much for inviting me here. As he said, my name's Miss Full Roller Sarah, and what I do over in my little corner of YouTube, I kind of talk a little bit about everything, but under the what I call the main umbrella of getting back to self, knowing myself, trying to peel off all of these layers, over the many decades that I've been on this earth. Trying to peel back some of those layers that don't belong to me, were picked up um, for various reasons. And just getting back to, knowing who I am and, what it is I like and learning. I absolutely love to learn. So I guess the main things that I talk about over there is my fine hair braid lock journey. I started locking my hair 12 years ago, and got this fine hair. I was definitely in the midlife when I started that journey, so that's kind of part of what I talk about over there. And gardening, I dabble in that. Definitely just a dabble. Uh, Finance, money saving things I run across as far as, saving money. Briefly talked about how I got out of debt. I do plan on going into a little bit more of that. I've talked about it pretty extensively on my blog, but I have not talked about it as in depth on my YouTube channel. So that's part of what's over there. And lately, what I've been doing is on Saturdays, I do a live where I share my love of music, kind of a spin on the old Name That Tune um, game show. So that's pretty much it. And whatever else that might drop into this little brain of mine.
Okay. So, I guess we'll get into the main topic of what it's about. I know that y'all have like positive channels, i.e., why you're here. But yeah, you got any tips for anybody who would want to start a positive YouTube channel and make it really grow?
Hmm. Joy, you want to go first on that?
Sure. I was waiting for you, but it's okay.
Oh, me.
Mhm.
Well,
Um, well, I think in order to start a positive channel, you need to be holistically in a positive state of mind. And some things you can do if you're not completely positive is just start to do like things that are fun, like challenges. Maybe go and collab like how we're all doing right now, collab on other people's channels that are doing it that you might want to model your channel behind, not completely take over, but actually just do take little tidbits here and there. And also, but most key is you have to have that in your whole entire spirit. You can't fake the funk but too long.
I love that. Love that. The only other thing I would have to add to that, pretty much what my channel is about is being yourself. Um, like Joyce said, don't fake the funk. Being who you truly are, and always also realizing that you are not going to be for everyone. Your positivity, is not going to look the same or vibe with another person's positivity. And, that's okay. They just, you realize that you're not for them, and they realize that, should realize that you're not for them. And, that way, if you are being yourself, and you don't necessarily have to, don't feel like that's the other thing I would add too. Don't feel like that you necessarily have to be whole, because that, I don't think anybody is walking on this earth that's completely whole. It's a journey, and we are all at different stages of that journey of getting to that wholeness. And go ahead and share. Don't be afraid to start from that place where you are, because that's going to appeal to someone. You have some of us that some folks, they are on your channel for one specific reason. If you're doing this one specific thing, and if you're not doing that one specific thing, then they're like, oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe. Okay, fine. But be yourself. Don't try to mold yourself into what everybody else wants you to be. That way you'll attract those who are true to that. I hope that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, and I mean, no, like, yeah, when you're talking about people doing one thing, I mean, it's like, I mean, that's cool for like, it might work for some people, but me, I just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do certain things, but I may just add some stuff. So it's like I may just kind of keep adding stuff to it or taking stuff out. Like, you never know what you're gonna get with me. So I just continue doing it. Like, I find one particular thing, I just don't I just can't do that doing one particular thing. It just doesn't fit me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Have your channel fit you,
Yeah.
and maybe even reflect the changes, because you're not going to be the same, especially if you your journey on YouTube ends up being a multi-year journey. You're not going to be the same person that you were when you first started your channel versus, say 5 years from now, or, in that fifth year. And you'll have people that want to keep you, I've seen people kind of give up their YouTube channel because, their audience wants to keep them in that same box that they were in that first year. And because they're not getting that same uh, attention, or, whatever, as many likes or as many this or as many that, they want to close the channel down. And it's like, no, because, you might be closing yourself off to those who are out there looking for you, just ain't found you yet.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
have noticed a lot of people have given up their YouTube journeys. Um, maybe it's not for everybody, but then it always also goes back to what were your motives in the beginning, so
Hmm.
I don't know. I always try to stick with everything until I can't stick with it anymore.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like I said, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel like that's what you want to do it because that's what you want to do.
Okay, let people how long have y'all been on y'all YouTube journey? Like, I say, as far as me, like, doing this channel, I say probably 3 or 4 years.
Let's see. I have been on here March. March next year will be 13 years
Wow, that's
if
really
I make
dope.
it that long.
Yeah.
Now, I had not been making videos consistently over those 13 years. I took about a 5-year break where I did not, I still was on YouTube, was definitely on, watching watching videos, commenting, but I was not making videos for 5 years straight.
I
Took about a 5-year break.
I've had my channel for a while as well. I don't remember when it was started. It was probably back in 2014-ish. So
Okay.
I've been on YouTube for a while, but my purpose was for me to do inspirational stuff on there, like to do documentaries. And so I was never the one that wanted to be like seen. So my journey wasn't, my YouTube journey wasn't started because it's something that I personally want to do. I was doing it for, the community. And so people didn't feel alone.
Mm.
But since then, I would say consistently with uploads and making videos for about 3 years, coming, let's say February. So 2021 will probably be 3 years.
Mm.
That's a long
Okay,
time.
that's
All right.
good. Now,
Yeah.
mine, I actually started a channel to get involved. It was the natural hair community, to comment, and then um, wanted to give back with so much help because that was at the time when I was transitioning to going natural. So I just wanted to, kind of give back because, oh my gosh, that community was so helpful because like the information that you can find now on natural hair is humongous,
Mm,
huge, you know, to loosely quote a particular person, was huge, compared to back then, you
mhm.
know. So that was my reason for actually starting a channel.
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Yeah, and I think I think I told you like what I told y'all like a little earlier. Like when I started my channel, it was I mean it was really like starting to hear was on. So like I said I did kind of do some videos on it before, and then I guess I had started a new one because I thought somebody was getting into my account, but I was doing it on a library computer, and apparently the library did not reset the whole thing where I was logged in, so it had me log in until like I realized like, oh, I gotta log out of it because the computer is not logging me out. So like people just using my account, just going on there doing whatever, not even checking to see if I was checking like if it was somebody else's account. They just didn't even care. So I was just like seeing all these random videos stuff I'd never watched. I'm like, oh man, I got to delete all these videos off the watch history, and that kind of had me like change the password and all that. I'm thinking that was what was going on, and yeah, that was like when I found out like, oh, it's not it didn't log me out on the computer because I think like when they put the new computers in there, I was like the first one to be on that one, so I guess it saved my password for whatever reason.
Mhm.
So my account was on there. Then like okay, then once I realized okay, I actually need to log out of it. Once I did that, then that stopped. But at that I already created another page. So I was really trying to push it out, and I guess like maybe like one thing I was trying to do is get like people I knew, like friends stuff to watch. I mean, they had like the views, but it wasn't really, the views weren't really moving. I guess YouTube wasn't really pushing my videos like that or whatnot. I mean,
Mhm.
and I mean, I had tried I mean, I think that like the videos that got the most views, like when I like actually did an event, like I guess like had to do with famous people because I remember I had recorded some footage of like this event that like Martin Luther King III and Dick Gregory were speaking at. So
Mm.
so I guess like when I record that, like a lot of people will watch that because I guess like they didn't go or something like that, or it just had to do with them. So I'm pretty sure like those are like the highest viewed videos I had on there with them on it. But but
Oh
yeah, I mean
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like any content I was doing myself, it wasn't even really getting views like that. But I was like, those are the ones that got it, and I was like, okay, yeah. As I see that, because like people are gonna be looking it up, and they're gonna, they're gonna see it. Matter of fact, I think one more I actually did, and that was like off of a story of this woman Alice Johnson that had just got out. Like, as a matter of fact, I only heard about it because like somebody I knew, because like she was getting out of prison, and like somebody knew was I think that was like her, somebody knew it was like I think either his friend or his wife, something like that. Somebody knew that was their mother, and and when I heard about it, looked it up and all that, I just did like a whole story, talked about it, whatever, and besides them, that had gotten like a lot of views because I think that was like that just happened, so it was a restore. So I guess that was like trending. So I guess that was like first time I did something that they got trending. Well, at
Hmm.
least I mean, of course, it wasn't like top trending, but it was like enough, like where it got enough traffic to people to see and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of stuff will definitely pull in the
Yeah,
views.
yeah. But I
And
mean,
shoot, I'm gonna ask you, what do you still, is that video on your channel now?
not this channel.
Okay, I said I don't remember seeing it because I like what
No.
I want to upload it. If you got it, re-upload it because I want to see that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I re-uploaded it. It just go. I mean, like the audio wasn't good. I ain't had
Oh,
the equipment I had now, but I mean, you still hear, it, but it was just like the what I was using back then wasn't really all that good. It,
right.
it did, and then on top of that, I had to. I mean, I had music playing over it, so I mean, even my re-upload, I would just put it back on here. I mean, of course, it's gonna be copyrighted because I use a copyrighted song, but other than that,
I got you. Okay, yeah,
other,
yeah,
other than that, like yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, you can see like I wasn't there. I mean, you can see like how I do. You see my pre-recorded videos now, like from then. I think that was like probably like 3 years back. Yeah, I think yeah, I think it was like probably like the before I really started doing stuff on this channel.
okay,
So probably like 3 or 4 years back.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's a difference, in the videos and say late 2000, early 2010 versus now, because I had somebody laughing. We was talking kind of on this subject, and shoot, I remember, shoot, when you was able to record what is the one that's right after six? Hell, really, when 720p came along, you was the stuff if you could record in 720p.
Right.
You know,
That's so true.
Right.
you had some equipment if you could record in 720p.
I mean, yeah, probably one way you could probably get it before everybody else, unless you just went to Japan and got their equipment because they
Right,
already had it.
right, exactly.
Yeah, because I was like, when I looked some of that stuff before we got like 10, 8, I was like, they already had like, they already had HD TV on their phones. They already looking at it,
Hmm.
looking at
Hmm.
TV on their phone. Like, I was like, man, I wish I had them phones. Like, they over here, they got all this. Like, it'd be like Japan get it before we get it.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh, and they was already able to record on phones where what I'm talking about, recording the 720p, that was still with a camera. Okay.
Yeah,
That was still with a regular camera, not the
yeah,
camera on your phone. I'm talking about an
right,
actual camera.
right. Nowadays, like you get real good cameras got like 4K. I mean,
Hmm.
I can record my phone in 4K, but it's just like it takes up more memory, and then on top of
Yes.
that, it takes longer to upload. So,
Right.
I don't
so I
even
Right.
mean,
know what K my phone can do.
I
What
mean,
kind of
I mean,
phone you got?
The Note 10.
Oh, I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
you probably can
Yeah,
record in
oh
4K
yeah, 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 yeah.
more
You
than
definitely
likely
can
you
do
can.
that. Yeah, you definitely do that.
I
I'm
can
pretty
record
sure.
4K
Yeah.
on my budget phone, so I'm pretty sure that yours can.
How would I know how to find that?
It's in your settings on the camera app.
Hold on, let me go there. Since y'all giving me a tutorial, I might as well go ahead and check it out. You know what I mean?
Yes. OJT.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, more than likely will be in the settings. Yeah, because even this budget phone that I have can record in 4K.
But yeah, like the video I told you, like the first one, like the video I told you about that got like a whole lot of people buzzing about it, saying some, not so nice thing about about me and black people.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and like I mean the funny thing about it, like when I did, like I said, like I told you, I had like 8 views on it. But
Hmm.
like think about that was like my first audio recording, so it wasn't even really all that great. But of course, like people want to point that out because they like, oh well, yeah, we're just gonna point out anything because we don't like what you're saying. Like,
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
I'm just like, well, I'm like that. I'm like thinking like that ain't my problem. You don't like what I
Hmm.
what I'm saying, but
I'm on there now.
You see it?
No. What was
Now I don't
I
know
on?
exactly. I don't. I've never had
you
the
got
Note
it.
10, so but I would say under. Let me see. Let me pull up just my
It
the
should
stock
should be in
camera.
settings.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I said.
settings now.
Look under. Is there a section, a separate section for video?
Yes, I have the
Go
rare,
there.
front, and pro video. I don't know what any of those mean.
Pro video more than likely might be the 4K.
Because it's 30 frames per second.
Wait a minute. Well, yeah, 4K can be recorded in 30 frames per second.
Okay.
But it but but it
But
but,
it
but it
will
usually
say 3. I forgot what the dimensions are. Hold on, let me go to
This
my
one is
stock camera.
1920.
That's 1080p.
yeah.
See, tap on there, see if you can change if there like when you tap on it, does it give you any other options?
It says 1080, 720, 2160.
That's 2K.
Yeah, I don't have 4K.
Okay, well you do have 2K then. Because if
What
I remember right, I think
2K?
2160 is 2K and 30, I think it's 3840 or something like that
Because
is
the
Yeah,
2K.
2K,
38, 40, 2160.
the 2K, I could do 24, 30, or 60.
Right, okay. Well, still that's good if you can do that in 60 frames per second.
So
Uh,
I can do 1080 at 60. Is that better?
Yes,
Yeah.
especially for it's not necessary. The only time you really want to use, well, okay, let me back up. 60K, yes, the picture is going to be much more crisper and more realistic. But
Okay.
most people use the 60K. Now, if you like that effect, some people say they don't really like the 60K effect. I mean, the 60K, 60 frames
60
per second
frames.
effect.
Hmm.
However, if you're using it if you're recording, say, something that's high motion, you're trying to
Okay.
capture motion, then yes, you'll want to use 60 frames per second.
Right, because then it slows it down, right?
Well, it doesn't slow it down. It just, you can actually see the motion without it blurring.
Okay.
If you recorded it in 30 frames per second.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, y'all, I hope y'all learning something because you need to apply this to your YouTube anyway.
I wish I had made had set a video like it said. Now we know. It knows at the battle. G.I. Joe. I'm doing it. I'm making that as soon as I get off here. So like we say, oh yeah, now learn something, and then I just put the video on.
No, you should do a video because somebody like myself, I
Yeah,
would be like, well, what's 4K? And I would just YouTube, how do I set my camera to 4K? And if
yeah,
Mhm.
I saw a tutorial about that, that would make my life easier.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of people like that how-to stuff as well.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I was going to
oh,
bring
oh,
up.
oh, 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 yeah, I got some how-to videos on here. I
Hmm.
mean, now whether or not people want check them out, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Make sure you put
Hey,
it, when you do your how-to videos, put how-to in the title. And if you
it is in the
can,
title.
bracket it.
Yeah, it's usually in the title.
But did you put how-to in brackets?
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try that for all my videos. I'm gonna go back.
Somebody told me that, I read it somewhere or something, um, and I noticed that the tutorial that I did on to show how to retighten your hair if you use the interlocking method. That's one of my biggest. Yeah, those are my biggest. Got the most views on them.
Can I also, anybody who's watching, when you make your videos, like, it's only a suggestion, but look at it as I'm showing my video to 1 million people or more, or 1 billion people potentially. Don't worry about the people who, you go to each other's channels and stuff like that. Look outside the box. Like, make it towards that. And whether you're an inspirational channel or a how-to channel, you'll get more encouraged knowing that there's so many other people that you can reach, and not to worry about the ones that you think should be watching you often.
Good point. Absolutely good point. Yes. Yeah. And
Like,
that's how you would draw that's how your channel
grow.
can grow. Because like I mentioned, I didn't make videos for 5 years and I still gained, it wasn't a huge number, but if I remember right, I wasn't even at 1,000 subscribers. And when I kind of, came back and was poking around, trying to understand this thing, I was like, woo, this stuff done changed a whole lot. I was at, like, I want to say 1,500, 1,600, and I hadn't put out a video in 5 years.
That's pretty dope.
So yeah, you make your videos to reach a I wouldn't necessarily say a wider audience, but to just say appeal to somebody who, if they're looking for that, and probably a lot of it came from those, the tutorials where I was showing, how to make how to make an interlocking tool, how to actually, interlock your hair. Those are, searching those terms, and they run across your video, and then if they, like it, hey, they subscribe. So yeah, you make that evergreen content that can stand, that's still just as relevant today as it was, and you put the video out 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, like Joy said, not necessarily, even if somebody say requests you to cover something or to do a video on something, put it out in mind that, or think of, somebody else might have this question that you don't even know,
Mm-hmm.
and address it from that perspective, and not specifically, you still want to address it to the person that, gave you that topic for that content, but you also want to, keep it, in mind, in the back of your mind, and present the material in mind that, hey, somebody else might have this question. So yes, I love that point that you made, Joy.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it. I was just like, like, I know people get discouraged with their channels, and I know, inspirational channels don't necessarily get high click rated unless you're like Les Brown or Tony Robbins or somebody like that, who,
Right.
did their tour on outside YouTube, and now people just see them there. But don't be discouraged. Just know that, you're possibly making an evergreen video,
Mhm. And even just, if you help, just keep in mind that the growth may be slow. You may blow up, but then again, you may not. It may be very slow because, like you said, Zero's been on here for a while. I've been on here for a long time, and yeah, I mean, I've only got just over 3K subscribers, but hey, um, I've helped, not say a whole, it's people that I don't know about and people that I do. And that's a good feeling. And you create the relationships that you create. I still see from time to time people who have been with me just about from the beginning, and I still see some of those people, pop into my streams every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Me
That, and they've been on my channel for 10 years or more. So
yeah. I definitely built a lot of relationships. I mean, that's kind of like one of the core things I wanted my channel to be, like people to connect with one another, and I mean, went through I guess I guess not so. I guess like more, because I've heard like people talk about when they doing channels, like having people buy into you. I guess maybe that's kind of like why like the people that come through, that's why y'all rock with me, because you like who I am and what I do. So yeah, you know I mean, y'all come back. And I mean, I got like my I mean, I got like a few of my day ones here, like Char Willie, Sunny Storm, and you'll see like La Uncle Tra or Nasira. Yeah, she's one of them. Like that really being supportive when I only had like maybe like two or three people in the chat
mm-hmm.
and most. So
Yeah. And so
so
this platform, the lives now is phenomenal. We didn't have this when, especially you too, Zero, when we first came on, on YouTube. We didn't
yeah.
have this. So you really had to build those relationships and get those subscribers, um, by the connections, real connections on each other's videos.
The fun thing about it, I wasn't even really thinking about it like that. I was just like, just going there and just like, join the channel, and like, people cool with I just connect with them, and and it just kind of happened that way. I wasn't intentionally doing it. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I wasn't either. A lot of times we'd have conversations going on in the comments, and you get to know because you're seeing the same names, that's commenting on your videos. So then you pop on, well, let me go check out what they doing.
Yeah.
Because the suggestions videos, the videos that run along the side of your videos, wasn't as strong as it is now. So yeah, that's pretty much how, at least with me, and even a lot of the oldies, that I've talked to, some of my oldies, they say the same thing. That's how we found each other. You go pop up like, yeah, I'm seeing you all the time. I like what you saying. Okay, yeah, let me go check you out. Click, click. And it wasn't no click on. You didn't have no three dots on the side. You highlighted the name, or you typed it out completely and put it in the search bar. You wouldn't found it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and I think another thing that really kind of helped my growth, especially this year, was like me just changing my circle I was in, because like circle I was in wasn't actually that supportive. So like once I moved in different circles, that's like when I kind of started. Okay, now things are starting to change a little bit. Now, I mean, yeah,
You
I
ain't
mean,
never say a lie. Sorry about that. I just have to jump on that real quick. You ain't never say a lie. You become who you attract. You attract who you become.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Cause it was like, yeah, like sex, like the people I was, who I would, go and, and chat with, they would never, come over. And I was like, oh, okay, it was like, it was cool. It was like, I just didn't know what was going on. Then once I started, it's okay, well, I'm liking, what's going over here. So let me see about, going over here and see what this is, and trying to, trying to branch out. And that's kind of what I did. And I mean, it's been, doing wonders for me. I just, I just, try to, go out and, find people, I genuinely interested in checking out, and, and, definitely want to, check out, check your content. I want to be like, oh, I'm going to check you out and come once and then don't never come back. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't like doing that. I mean, the only time you probably would see me do that, but like if I thought you counted one way and then be like, oh, like thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good podcast. Then it'd be like a bunch of drama, like, okay, I'm going back on now. Be like, I'd be like, oh, be like Homer Simpson in the bushes.
Yes, that's what I was thinking as you said that.
I got to give too. It's just like this.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it would be. Like it's
Yep.
like oh my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, so I know I definitely had like maybe like 2 or 3 people who I thought like, oh yeah, cool channel. Then to find out like they like to beef, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm not going bag on out, or if I see it, come there, I see them beefing before I even say something, I would just I would actually just not say that. I just look. Okay, I'm gonna go in. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and go check something else out. I don't even want my name no attached. None of this fools.
Wow.
I hear you. You learn a lot in the bushes.
Yeah.
See,
I-
I don't know. I can't never really be in no bush. Like,
Mm.
I don't know. I guess I jumped too quick. I enter somebody's chat and I'm like, hi to everybody. I tag everybody's name like, hello.
Mhm.
And there's only been one time in the history of me being on YouTube where I knew people were beefing and I absolutely stayed in the bushes. But otherwise I just walk in, hello. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's not like I'm just sitting there waiting a minute to see it happen. Like it's like kind of like if I'm hearing like in the middle of beef and I'm like, oh, okay. I was gonna say hi, but never mind.
Ooh, I learned that real quick.
Aw.
I used to be like, like you, Joy. As soon as I clicked on the live, I gonna jump in and say, hey, honey. I had to learn real quick.
Oh,
Some, not everybody, some folks, I just gonna jump in, but some,
oh no.
I had to like let me check out the atmosphere first, and like Zero say, if it's crazy, mm-mm.
I guess
I
I've been
just get
scathed.
gone further in the bushes.
I've been scathed. I've been scathed. Thank the Lord. I haven't really
Ooh,
experienced that.
it done calmed down quite a bit. It was like, I want to say, actually, it was last year. It stuff got. I don't know if maybe YouTube kind of tightened up a little bit.
I doubt
Um,
it.
but it was right now. If you think it was worse than what you see now, and it was right before the big changes. Um, but yeah, around this time last year,
Oh snap, Velvet.
ooh, it was ooh. So I learned about them bushes real fast. I enter in, stick the toe in the water.
The big first, right? Or the pinky. You want to do the pinky first?
It depends. Sometimes it is depending. Like, wait a minute, hold on. I was gonna stick the big toe in. Now let me turn that foot that way. Put the pinky in first.
Oh,
Ooh. Mm. But yes, there, like I say, be yourself. I say be yourself. Because
mm-hmm.
sometimes too, that can be being yourself can be that natural, like like Joy said, you attract, um, you attract who you are, and also being yourself and not being that, putting on that mask,
Mm-hmm.
can also be that natural sifter
Mm,
of what you don't want.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because most of those, they're not gonna go through too much trouble. That's too much issue, too much trouble for them to, to be bothered with you. So that kind of makes that natural sifter.
Yeah, I agree. But like either way, guys, like we should all want to try to have, if you do upload content, do something positive because you're throwing stuff in the atmosphere and it's gonna come back to you,
Hmm.
eventually, right? Because water, when you throw a water up in the air, it comes right back down. You do throw dust and sparkles in the air, it's gonna come right back down. It usually settles from where it came thrown from. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know, I definitely had like, I think like a couple people tried to beef me on YouTube, and I didn't. One person I would never even know he had beef me if someone ain't told me. And then like another person like just I mean I just don't do beef, so it's like
mm,
I'll just ignore you. And
Hmm.
if I do say something, you ain't gonna know I'm talking about you unless you come out and say something.
Hmm. Hmm.
I,
Yeah. I stick with. I like to stay on the side of just your truth, but
yeah,
your
yeah,
truth,
yeah,
did
because
you see
even
yeah,
what Velvet?
positivity can
yeah,
be, if that person doesn't agree with it, doesn't like it, they gonna still look at it as negative.
That's true. That's true.
So
yeah,
I just say truth. Be your truth.
You saw what
yeah.
Velvet put? She
Yeah, I
said,
say,
good content shows your integrity.
Yes, I agree.
yeah,
I was trying to type out to speak to her and everyone else who came in. I
yeah,
think I missed somebody.
yeah, yeah. I mean, pretty much. Even when I talk about a situation, it's like it's gonna be for a reason, and not to, I don't do it to, I'm not gonna do it to slander somebody or to get at somebody because they did me wrong. Whatever, it's gonna be like I'm talking about a situation as objective as I can, and and just kind of like because it was like what the conversation's about, and it's like to make a point. That's pretty much gonna be it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna talk about like situations. I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there, no YouTube channel, none of that.
Hmm.
So I just don't. I don't blast so bad like on my YouTube on my YouTube channel in public. Now somebody has a private, I might tell you, but then publicly, you ain't gonna you ain't gonna you're not gonna get blasted down. Now the person want to get mad. Whatever I'm saying, then want to out themselves. That's on them. I didn't
Right.
say that. I didn't say your name.
Hmm. Yeah, I ain't got time for all that. That's to
Yeah.
me, that's a waste of time and
Right.
effort that I could be
Right.
putting on my own stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, what I just talk about is like to make a to make a point, whatever we're talking about, and then I just move on.
Hmm.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I mean, people for every reason they have for whatever reason. I mean, I had people that had a problem with me for whatever reason, and I was like, well, yeah, you got that problem with me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I ain't gonna argue. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm just gonna go ahead and be about business. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cause I ain't trying to, I'm not gonna try to be. I ain't trying to be nobody. I ain't got time to argue with people, and then on top of that, you now come on my channel and start arguing. I'm like, yeah, no.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah,
Uh,
Crystal put a
yeah,
good, I
Mm-hmm.
agree with what she said. That mess makes you lose focus on what you're trying to do with your channel.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned before, like the bigger content creators, like the big content creators, they don't beef because like even though
They
they
making
make
their
game,
money.
yeah, yeah, I mean yeah, that too. I mean they making money, even though they make gain like subscribers and extra subscribers and views for that point of time, but once the beef's over, then it's gone. So they really just lose the money. So
Hmm.
they try to avoid beef and just focus on their content because
I guess also too, it's a whole different picture for them. Their picture frame and focus is a lot different.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
exactly.
they're trying to attract advertisers, like people
Exactly.
who are going to pay them
right,
like
right,
$1,000 just to do a 2-minute commercial for them. So like
Hmm.
right,
their mindset is like, well, this person that wants to beef with me, I can't risk that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly.
right,
Yep. Because you're gonna risk, because most businesses, and not no most, really probably all businesses, don't want to be associated with that type of stuff. They don't want their brand associated with that
Right,
type of stuff.
right. It's like for me, I'm a growing brand. I'm never gonna admit to be the S word, but I'm a growing brand. And I meant small, just in case, because we could think of all S words ever. Okay.
Hmm.
yeah,
So I'm a growing brand, and there are people who I would love to ask to like, model my clothing or either you know what I'm saying? Like, do a paid promotion with my clothing. But like when I see how they really are, I'm just like, ugh, I can't ask you that.
right,
You know,
Hmm. Oh
like
yes.
I'm still a brand. And, you know, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. All money's not good money.
Hmm.
right,
And just because a lot of people know me for Joy, I'm still a brand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's a lot of opportunity that my brand could present to a person. But if your presentation is like questionable or even just like, I couldn't even rock with that, but I can still rock with you. But I'm just
Hmm.
like, I can't even bother asking you.
Hmm.
right,
Hmm. And you have every right to do that. Everyone does.
Hmm.
You know. Yep.
yeah,
Everyone does.
True. That's free clothing and a possible check,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, 'cause, yeah, if you had the wrong person advertising you and then like promoting you and then your clothes then they like into some mess and they're selling your clothes and like all promoting you and all that. They're gonna make it look like you involved in some drama, even if you had
yes.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Especially the smaller you are, the less tolerant. And that's not really the word that I want to use, but that's about all I can come up with. That people are, like, and what I mean by that is that the smaller ones can't afford to get away with some of the things that
Mm.
bigger folks can get away with, and people just kind of overlook it because they've, I guess you say, built that brand loyalty.
You're right. Because, like, let's just say, for example, I print the t shirts myself. Or if you didn't know, now you do. I print t shirts, and I am such a stickler with how I print them and the kind of fabric that I use or the t shirts that I buy. Because I'm just like, I don't want people to be like, oh, that's just that company, whatever. They're going to be fly by night.
Hmm.
And I've always gotten, the wow, this is good. And I'm like, well, I want you to understand that just because you can just because you can tangibly see and touch the owner doesn't mean that the quality can't be just as or better than, and you're still getting a good deal than the people that you're buying from, and it doesn't last long.
Hmm. Hmm.
And mind you, you're paying way more to them because of the simple fact that they may make their shirts on a pennies of the dollar.
Right.
So, I feel like I'm always just saying that to say that I agree with you. But I feel like I have to always be on my P's and Q's as a brand and a business, because people are going to be quicker to say like, oh yeah, that's just that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like I said, tolerant was the only word I could come up with. Sometimes I have trouble finding the right word. But yes, that's exactly the point I was trying to make.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, Joy, you said, so you don't know, now you know. You got to take a big biggie. Like, if you don't know, now you know. But yeah. I mean, having a good brand and all that is good, because like mom, well, I guess I guess I have a brand, whether I recognize or not. But like, I mean, it's really my band about, like, me showing my creativity, my thoughts, and connecting with people. So I mean, that's pretty much a lot of what it's about. Now, I mean, connected wherever way, people want to, like one like doing panels, others make do my dance videos or other things like that, like that people can really, really connect on, or like when I do like a zero speak video where I talk about certain things that I feel that are like on my mind, I really want to talk about, and stuff like that.
And see, that's what a lot of people are drawn to. And I'm going to say for myself, and I wouldn't be surprised if other people are kind of this way as well. A lot of times I subscribe to channels. It's not necessarily because of what your content is about, especially for people who do the niche thing. A lot of the channels that I'm subscribed to, I'm gonna be honest, I may have zero interest in your niche, but from interacting with you or just seeing a lot of the comments, I love the comment section, even though it's hard for me to. I'm not a big talker as far as in wanting to do comments per se, but I love dropping in the comment section because you can learn a lot about people, and just seeing how they comment tells me a lot about how they think, and that draws me in. Not necessarily your content, but I like the way you think.
Right.
I like the way you approach things. So yeah, don't be afraid to share that, because that will draw people in, and the right kind of people that you want to have around you.
Right.
On your channel,
Yeah. I think that was my channel. I think I'm starting to draw the people I want to come around in the first place. So yeah. It took a while, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, you do use that natural sifter.
Yeah.
I like that, Miss Sierra. I like that.
Yep. Darn, I can't find that little diamond. Look what Miss Velvet is putting there. She dropping some jewels in there.
Sure is.
That's what I was looking for. I was trying to find the jewel emoji and I can't find it.
Are you talking about the recent comments she put up?
Yeah, her and Crystal going in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Darn, what happened? Did they take the diamond emoji out?
It's probably called something like Gem now or something. You never know.
Oh, you know what?
It's different.
There, yep, you're right.
It's under Gem.
Mm-hmm. See? I was putting diamond, jewels,
exactly.
Everything.
Something look like a diamond is not a gem. Got us displacing. And I can never find that bush, the tree. I put in bushes. I put in nature. I can never find it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's definitely true, but they definitely gonna talk about you one way or another. And I definitely know I definitely had that, like, people I thought were cool with, and and then they turn out to be a whole different way. I'm like, okay, and then
Mm,
even though I didn't see them actually talking about it, I know that they did.
Mm,
Just like how like certain people I was cool with like I'm acting different towards them. Like okay,
mhm,
and and I- and I- and I, I'm kind of looking like this. I'm like, hey, if you like just felt some kind of way just about what somebody told you, and you didn't try to find out from me what get all the side story. I'm like, hey, go ahead. I would rather you
mhm,
go.
mhm.
So
How
I
you
would
feel
rather you
I chose that verse in that Janae Monell song last night?
I forgot what it was.
They say all those things about me, and they
mm.
throwing shade. When I walk in the room, they be throwing shade. I'm like, yes, that's gonna be the verse.
Mm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
ooh.
I kind of look at that like, okay, you will need to believe that's okay. Well, I don't. It's if you will need to believe that, I'm like, yeah, you sound like you follow anything anybody tell you. And I really don't want people like that in around me anyway. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good that you left. It's
Mhm,
good.
yeah. Now I said that natural screening,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
natural sifting.
yeah. I mean, it's been kind of like just like it's just like people go do something. It don't take them too long. It just I mean it may take like a month or two or three or maybe a little bit longer. But I mean but I've never seen it go past 6 months. So it's like usually at that time if people are gonna do something, they just gonna they gonna show who they are. They'll show it and
Mhm.
then they'll just either I'll stop dealing with them or they'll just leave.
Yeah,
And, you know,
yeah. I've learned that in the last couple of years. Well, probably really in the last four years. Yeah, it's like, ooh, okay,
yeah,
folks, it's something else.
yeah,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
leave
I'm
it at
just
that.
yeah. I mean, like I don't just like me. I don't have no YouTube personality. It's I'm the like pretty much saying you gonna get you see what you get. Like I'm
Mhm.
like as I said, like I'm the. It's as I said, I'm the. As I said, he said in real life, I'm on YouTube or in real life, I'm the same nigga.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
What
So
you
pretty,
see
what you
is what you
see
get.
is what you get.
And what you see is what you getting. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
stop.
Oh yeah. Did you ever check out the original No Sleep version of it?
I totally forgot because I didn't write it down. This menopause brain. If I don't write it down, I
Yeah.
sure forgot.
I was like, I'm surprised you ain't heard the original because that
Uh-uh.
one.
Nope. I have only heard the one with J. Cole.
Yeah. I mean, cause yeah. I was like, it just had her in it because I remember hearing. I'm like, it didn't like remember hearing the J Cole version. I actually heard it like when I went out when I was at Step and said last December. Yeah, they played it on. I was like, Shazam. I was like, oh yeah, I got to listen. Got to check that one out. That was. I said, I like how that was. Like, I said, I heard No Sleep. I said, I heard this version No Sleep.
Yeah, that one is good. Now
Yeah,
you finally solved the mystery because I had left. I always leave my chat open, but
yeah.
this time I was like, and I usually know why I'm leaving it open, but I couldn't think of, well, why am I leaving it open? Is there really a reason for me to leave it open? So yeah, that's why I left it open. Because I was gonna go back up there to check that out. I said, now I know somebody told me to do something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will definitely go look for that one.
Yeah, I mean, cause like I said, like the original just had her in it. Uh, it didn't have like the it didn't have it all like it did with the J Cole. Like I said, the one with her and J Cole, like music sounded a lot smoother.
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm feeling this.
Something else I was thinking about, because society kind of puts a whole lot of stock in people who have certain titles
Oh
as
yeah,
far as what they say is much more meaningful than the ordinary person. And I think that's what stops a lot of people from, putting stuff out there.
yeah, most
Um,
definitely.
So yeah, that would probably be another tip, for creating a channel. Put your perspective out there because there's 7 billion of us on, supposedly on this planet. And that means that there's 7 billion perspectives.
Exactly.
And sometimes just the simplest little thing, somebody can say something in a certain way and somebody could be grappling with that particular situation. It might be directly that situation, or maybe even, if they're anything like me, I learn sometimes about stuff that's quote unquote not even related, but they'll say it in a way, and that situation that you've been grappling with that you couldn't understand, you couldn't figure out how to do, you might, I got it. Just for that
Right.
ordinary, the way that ordinary person, said it or did it or showed you how to do it or, whatever.
Right. I mean, I don't even like the whole like hierarchy thing because it's like saying, well, certain people above, you're like, some people are above you or you're beneath somebody, and it's like think about it, like try to make it sound like, oh, well, that's just the way things have to be. And I'm like, no, people can move up and down. I mean, it's like why I don't like the whole alpha and beta thing. I mean, which like
Mhm.
I mean, I found out. I heard of like a study that actually proves that the whole alpha and beta thing ain't even isn't even really a thing. Like it was
Mm-mm.
like because they try to, because like scientists originally based it off of animals, and then they found out like animals don't even really have that whole alpha and beta thing.
Exactly.
And
They
Yeah.
don't have
and
not filled with ego.
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, because like I'm like thinking like, okay, if you put in like, okay, the person maybe on top now, okay, I mean, someone can always come above you, and like even with the whole like class, they try to do alpha and beta. It's like alpha just mean first, beta means second. Like being a beta don't necessarily mean that you you're not good with women and everything. Just second. See,
Mhm.
it's like, I mean, it was like a whole lot of other ranks and all that, but that's like what people try to. Oh, you're a beta. You're a loser. You can't do this. Like it's like everything they consider like like poor behavior is like alpha or beta or whatever. It's like people. People make up their own interpretation of it. Like the more I see it, it be like say, "Oh, this is alpha. This is beta," and I'm like, really?
Mhm.
The way
I
I
agree.
see it, somebody's always going to be ahead of you. You go to the
Right,
traffic light, you think you're the first, somebody turns the corner and now they're in front of you. So like
Mhm.
right,
somebody's always going to be ahead. So be content that you're even in the running. You're still
Yeah.
alive.
I I
right.
mean, but that's just even that I think is still just a sort of a man-made
Mm-hmm.
perception because okay,
Yeah,
because of this thing of how they've set up, say, time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's already Monday in some
Mm-hmm.
parts of the world,
Mm-hmm.
right,
so they're technically ahead of time, according to this man-made label,
You
and
know,
like even here on YouTube, some
I'm,
people I've seen people discounted because they don't have X number
mm-hmm.
of subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
or X number of views on their on their channel or on their video when they know, innately know whatever it is they're talking about, and giving great information that can really help people, but they may only have a few hundred subscribers, or the
Mm-hmm.
video might only have, you know,
Yeah, I
only
mean,
tens of views.
yeah, I mean, some videos are weird. Some people have like really good content. People just ain't looking at them, and then some people may have like on a few minute, few videos. They have like millions of subscribers and like millions of views.
Hmm.
And person did a few videos. They ain't did content like since they did the last video, which could been like some years, something like that.
Hmm.
People still coming through. It's like, I mean, it's kind of weird like that.
Yeah.
I guess it's that whole recommendation. So like I base my life off of to me, I base my life off of recommendations. I don't worry about like,
Yeah, right.
oh, this person has a million people, so maybe their stuff is good. I
Hmm.
Right.
go based off of, okay, maybe I checked it out and I said, okay, not quite me, not quite for me, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're any greater than someone else who may have 2 subscribers and said something
Right.
so phenomenal, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then like that, like I've heard from like other content creators, like said that like a lot of like the big content creators, they probably took them like years. Like some of it
Yes.
might some content creators might have taken like 12 years to do. Some might take 5 years, 10 years. I mean, it took them a while to get to where they at. They just didn't just oh yeah, they started a channel. Oh, it blew up. Now I got a million subscribers. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm a big YouTuber now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel like regardless of where somebody is, as long as you're not an a-hole, then like you're a decent person because we all fit in each other's lives for
Right.
whatever purpose and whatever
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
whether you're big or small, I don't even look at that. I just look at
I
your
don't either.
I don't
content,
either. I don't
your
either.
Yeah, I
character.
didn't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't either because I'm like, well, I wouldn't care if somebody was had more subscribers or less subscribers. I'd be like, hey, it's like when I'm maybe on, I don't really care about how many subscribers they got. I'm like, yeah, like some about y'all I wanted to bring. I think y'all could bring, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bring on now. Not me. Some people's, now some people are asked to bring on. I guess they kind of did that whole thing. Oh, well, you don't have enough subscribers on there, so I'm not even gonna bother even trying to come, even though you were saying that. Oh yeah, I will come anytime or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there's definitely that
yeah, yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah,
snobbery.
yeah. I was like, I mean, it's like I don't get it, but I'm like, I know it happens. I was like, okay, cool. I
Hmm.
don't even, I don't even get mad. I was like, okay, well, that's how you feel. That's it.
Yeah.
I
And
said,
it's just a
no,
reflection of society in general. That's
Mm.
all.
yeah, yeah. I said, I know I'm not asking no more.
Hmm. Yeah, because you got folks who, in real life, if you don't have doctor or whatever,
Right.
behind
Yeah.
your title,
Right.
behind your name, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay, all right, whatever.
Right.
We got to get off
Whatever.
of that. We have to get off of that hierarchy and that
Yes.
title
Yeah.
and
Right.
entitlement uh, type of thinking. It's
Yeah.
not
Unfortunately,
helpful.
it's
Yeah.
in my observation is rampant.
Yeah. And like the people who make the most fundamental changes in our lives that don't have doctorates or degrees,
Hmm.
they're babies.
Yes.
Hmm.
Babies.
Hmm.
From the time they're birth, when you see that smile and crush it, you go down to your knees and you start for some reason you start smiling and wanting to talk to them and however they talk. You know what I mean? So like
Hmm.
it's like we get off of that hierarchy and stuff, and you'll see how beautiful life is and how beautiful and colorful life is with
I
different
agree,
people.
Joy.
Right.
Absolutely. Even
Yeah.
the generational. Same. It just it uh
Oh,
it just makes
oh,
me
yeah,
so
no,
angry.
yeah, I know, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. You talking about like where like people older generation be trying to down the people in the younger generation because
And
I was
especially the heap, the just crap that has been thrown on the millennials and the
right.
generations behind the millennials. It just ooh,
Yeah, I'm just
it just
like
makes me mad.
yeah, I'm just kind of looking like okay. I'm like when I hear like certain people talk about like certain 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 groups like that. I'm like okay, if they're being like that, what did you do to help them out? You
Mhm.
know, I mean, it's kind of like you're sitting over here, want to get mad at them all that, but I mean, it's really more on you. But I mean, because I mean, I know one kind of career like people just highly respect, even though I mean, the guy's like an intellectual snob and all that, and he thinks he knows more than everybody, when he really doesn't. But you can't tell him nothing. Even when you prove him wrong, he'll try to use tactics to try to make himself look right. But
Yes.
it's just like the whole thing. It's like you sitting down here looking down on, especially down on millennials. I remember one time he tried that. He thought he'd get this one millennial in the corner. Thought they knew better than him, and millennial wasn't budging. And matter of fact, he flipped tables on him, had him so mad. He said some stuff that had people looking him side for
Mhm.
like a whole week or two. It's like,
Mhm.
hey,
Mhm.
it got bad right there. I'm like, well, I mean, say what you said.
Mhm.
One want to get mad about it, and and start, trying to go at people, and I think even the same content creator went. There's one dude, and he was going through something, and they were trying to tell him how to try to tell him what his relationship about and all. I'm like, you don't know that man's business. You don't know what's going down. You can't tell him
Mhm.
what he needs to do, but just like and like I remember like it's one content creator, and I'm gonna say his name because like he had like gave like such good advice on this. He and he was giving like his tips on like doing like I think doing I guess making the YouTube or something like that. And one of the things he said on there, his name's Tyrone Magnus. He was like one of the things he said on there was he said the one thing I noticed is that the people who have the least amount of experience always got the most advice about everything. I was like, I was like, when he said that, I said, I've seen it before. I said, he ain't lying. He ain't lying.
Mm-mm.
I
He
seen
not.
that.
He not. He really ain't. Or the to add to that one, what I've noticed, they be the main ones that criticize.
Oh
They're
yeah,
the
they
most critical. To
yep
you know, pick it apart, not offering suggestion because like I say, you can't
yeah
see stuff unless you go back and actually watch it yourself. Because what you're seeing, like say something you've recorded and put up. If you're just looking at it on your computer, see it might have uploaded different or something you just not seeing. So of course your audience can point out, say, hey, this here, you might want to change this or that or whatever. But
right
I'm talking about just critical, them backhanded. Hell, they're not even. You can't even call them backhanded compliments. They just backhanded asinine crap. Designed to try to bring somebody down.
right
I,
right.
oh,
Yeah,
that
I mean,
makes me
yeah,
so
yeah,
mad.
yeah. It's like same contract talking about. Like I remember I mean, it was like guys like talking to him about like cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin. He was like, oh, it was never going to work, and that backbreaking thing. He was trying to tell him like how it was all fake and all that. And I was like, did this about like a year, for like a year or so until it started getting popular. Now he's talking about it. I'm like, oh, I thought you said it wasn't. I said it went back by nothing. You talking about it now? Because I could,
Mhm.
because I mean, even back then, I already knew it was gonna be cryptocurrency was gonna be the future of money. But he thought he knew. He thought he knew it all.
Yeah.
And
And
now,
then,
and and now he's talking about it. Like, oh, you gave all these dudes crap about Bitcoin and about cryptocurrency. Now that you see that now it's popular, now you want to talk about it.
Hmm.
Now you on the side of
Hmm.
it.
Or that they
You know,
can't learn, can't
yeah,
learn from anybody that's younger. Oh,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you don't
that,
know
yeah,
what you're
that,
talking about. Yeah.
yeah, that definitely people that like, somebody young than them try to tell, so ain't nothing you can teach me. I'm
Yes.
like, I'm like, yeah, I say that's kind of foolish to say you can't learn something somebody younger. I mean, you're supposed to be wise. I'm like, that's actually foolishness. If you wise, you can learn something from anybody.
That's called an old fool.
Yeah, yeah. I just kind of find that funny. I'm like, okay. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like I mean, it's almost I mean, it's pretty almost like elitism, pretty much.
Hmm.
Cause like I mean that's like this term I hear like in certain circles about being a high value person. Really more towards men. Because about being a high value men. I was like, and I mean people talking about like I said I wouldn't care if I was considered a high value or not. I was like I wouldn't want to feel I wouldn't want to be called that because it's like feels I mean just it sounds too much like I'm, saying, "Oh, I'm better than you," because people have more. I have more value than you. Like one person more valuable than another.
It's
Yeah,
subjective.
yeah,
It's purely subjective.
right. Exactly. I mean, I'm like, okay. I say, okay, if you high value, I say, who determines it?
Hmm. Yeah, and that's the problem that we have. The system. There's a system in place that determines this value of everyone else, and if you don't happen, I mean, it's fine if you happen to fit that particular mold. Um, but most of the time, for the most part, that's only going to be a few far in between. Yeah, you can fit yourself in that mold, but that's like, trying to put your size 10 foot in a size 9 shoe. Yeah, you might be able to wear it. You might even be able to walk in it. But, as as us women, you say, that ain't cute.
Right, right. And on top of that, your foot's gonna be really hurt.
Hmm. Yeah, you're gonna be hurting for real. Once you, if you happen to be able to fake the funk for the time that got your big foot in that little shoe, when you get home,
Right,
or heck, you might not even make it home. Soon as you make it out the door, and if you got to, walk to your car or walk to the transportation, you'll be walking on that bare ground. You don't care because you want to get out that shoe.
right. Yeah, yeah. I just find out I gotta say it. Like, I mean, I think I even talked about like, I mean, it's kind of talked about like this whole concept of calling life the game or getting or like like men getting women called a happy game or something like that. I was like, I said it seems like we treating it sounds like we treating life like a video game or something. Which
Mm.
like kind of like we put that terms on there like we're treating it like it ain't real or something like that or what we do it's like yeah we'll play the game but we don't I mean you don't have to worry about it because they don't have no real consequences.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of put a little spin on that. The consequences, they're not going to have to bear the consequences because they're setting up, have set up the rules for the game to make sure
Right.
that they don't bear the consequences.
Yeah, I think I called those people the administrators.
Lord.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, like the administrators, like said, I say, because I was like talking about like how people like would think they done made it because like they think they got to a level that nobody they think nobody else got to. Be like I said they could be on like level 20, 25, be like 100 levels, but they think they done made it because they nobody else got up to level 100 as far as they know. So
Mhm.
they think they don't won. or
Yeah.
I said somebody could be at level 10, they think they don't win.
Mhm. Mhm.
I said, yeah, I was like, how this thing determined and all that, like who's gonna decide who's the, who's the winner? I mean, because like, all the administrators, now they beat the game, they done made, yeah, like I said, they done made the game. So,
Yeah.
so
Yep. Made the game, determine the rules, determine the value, and all of that. Yeah. So I'm like you. That's why I have real issues with those kind of statements. You know.
yeah, yeah. I don't think I've ever like truly conformed with everything. It's just kind of like I just managed to somehow blending in my blending my uniqueness or my weirdness with with the world, and I just seem normal to people. I guess I appear normal. I appear like everybody else when I'm not.
Yeah, this conformity stuff is oof. Mm,
Yeah, I
something
mean,
else.
yeah, I never really conformed. It's just like, yeah, just I guess my Right, I mean, just like I don't peer too much. Like, oh yeah, it's like I kind of blend in, but at the same time, like I'm still me. So it's like, yeah, I still think that yeah, that'd be different, but I don't really. It's more like I don't care if y'all like me for doing these certain things or not. That's kind of me, like just me. So.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Uh,
like I say, keep doing. And I would say that for to anyone, keep doing that so that you attract those others out there who vibe, along those those same vibes.
Yeah, I mean, even with doing this possibly YouTube, I didn't think it would. I knew it'd probably get some people, watching, but I didn't think it was gonna, you know, be really, really popping with the people. Of course, it's not popping like some of the big ones, but it's slowly growing,
Yes.
and and it's like I want to, it's like like I brought you, I want to bring, like I try to get the more many positive people I can get them on here, so like you can be seen, and people want to come and check y'all out. They more than welcome to do that.
Well, I definitely appreciate the opportunity. And I have always enjoyed talking with you ever since I've met you. I was like, yeah, I like where he coming from.
Matter of fact, I think you always used to like say hi to people, like, oh. I was like, I come to chat, he'd be like, oh yeah, hey, Zero. Like, you was probably the first one to say something.
Well, I happen to. I think I still do that even in channels that I don't mod, but I I mod for quite a few channels, so I like trying to greet people as they come in.
Yeah, I think I want to see like you real out of town. I think it was like Gigi that like kind of like said, yeah, you about to have your live or something like that, and I went over like, okay, have it just like like had the music. And I was like, I like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put that sub on there.
Well, I sure appreciate it. I
Oh,
sure
anytime.
appreciate it. Yeah, like I say, once I came over and checked out your channel, because that's what I try to. That's the other reason too. I like to leave my chat open so I can go and check out, the channels of people who have come through, and especially if I'm seeing you, coming through quite often. I was like, oh, I'm like, what you got going on over here?
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I just like, I mean, I guess like at first, like when I was just doing certain stuff, like yeah, like I guess like like people, I guess because like I think a lot of people that used to that I would know that I was trying to get to come over here, I guess like they like like drama, or if you weren't doing a certain type of content, they weren't coming over, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, but it's like yeah, it's like I said, well, I guess it's good that they didn't come over here because it's like yeah, then it's kind of like okay, well, it wasn't what they wanted to see anyway, so pretty much that kind of made way people who wanted to come over here and check out what I had going on. I mean,
Hmm.
cause like I told you, like I said, it was like time like where I just had like maybe like three people at the most. I think, and if I and every once in a while maybe had like 5 to 7 people.
Hmm.
I mean, like now, like I kind of get a little bit more. I mean, and I'm pretty sure I probably would have had more people come over here if I had it at the normal time I usually had it, which is like on Saturdays around like 3 p.m. But but I was told like I was gonna have to. I thought I was gonna have to do something like around that time, so I didn't really uh didn't really do it that yesterday. So I mean so I was like, well, let me see if I can try to do it tomorrow if I can. I knew it was kind of like last minute. And I'm kind of glad that y'all came through. Because it was like, yeah, I said, I know if I do it last minute, they might. I said, I don't know what y'all got going on. I said, y'all might be busy. I'm
I
so
try to say yes most of the time. So
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know I've been in and out, but I'm here.
Oh, I appreciate you being here. I mean, I always put in my, I always put in my message like when people be, say, yeah, when I'm telling people like, thank you for coming, and like I really appreciate it, or I might sometimes I might say I always appreciate the support or something like that. I mean, I actually mean that. I mean, it might look like a cookie cutter response, but no, I'm actually typing out it in, and I actually mean that. So I was like. Cause like without people coming over and and supporting, put their content. I mean, putting their comments in and interacting. Shoot, right? Ain't gonna be much of a channel for me. I mean, it just pretty just be me like just putting content out for me, pretty much.
Yeah. I see. Well, that's what drew me over. You know.
Yeah. I
Yep.
mean, I mean, I had a feeling like some of the stuff I was gonna do was gonna bring people up at some point. I just didn't know how long it was gonna take. I knew it was gonna happen at some point.
Yep. I'm saying, especially now that we have the live streams. That helps a lot because you can actually interact with your audience, and people tend to, I guess, because they can hear and or um even though they can hear and see you on an upload, but it's in real time, so that
Right.
helps a lot. So yeah, that would probably be another tip as far as say for your channel is to make use of the live streaming.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess it depends on what person want to do because some people might, do better uploads. Some people might sit there and watch your upload. Some people might want to sit there and watch people interact. I mean, just
Right.
different type of people. So I mean, cause I mean, it's like I mean, like yeah, like probably like in like like the audience they usually comes through. They like the interaction, and some people, some people, like the uploads. Because
Mhm.
I mean, certain channels I see I certain channels I see that like red, like if they do any streaming at all, like I mean, you won't see it if they do it. I mean, they'll do uploads and I mean, you know, they'll have people follow them and everything, like doing uploads and all that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But you know, and like I think some channels don't even live stream, just upload. And
Right.
but you know, I mean, but then you have some channels that do that do a lot of live streams now. I remember people say like, well, you know, if you can't like just talk on your show for that all this time by yourself and all that then you're a content creator. Like people have these labels of what a content creator should be and all that. It's like, I mean, it's like I'll say what Shard had told me, and that was like if you turn the camera, you turn the camera, turn the camera on and record, you're a content creator.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
I was like, yeah. I said, I can't deny that. It's true. I mean, just that people just trying to make it sound, trying to sound like, oh, well, you got to be a special type person, be a content creator. No, no, not exactly. I mean, you'll see
Mm-mm.
these viral videos. I mean,
Hmm.
you definitely don't have to do it a certain way.
Exactly. And I'm just now learning that, because I was kind of under that same, like, you hear people say, well, if you're not doing this, that, and other thing, you ain't really no content creator. And then I heard somebody say, hell, you turning on the camera, you a content creator. So,
Yeah, then everyone said, "Well, you gotta, you can't, I remember hearing one person say, like, you can't have these avatars and that. People ain't gonna want to come. You got these avatars, and all that. You want to show your face and all that." I'm like, well, if I want to, cool, but I don't, it just really don't make no difference to me. I just prefer most time not to show my face, not because like, I'm hiding or anything like that or anything like that. I just don't really care for it. But of course, like you see me bake it. That was like the first time I cammed up on this channel in a way. Like it's because
that was
because I was.
nice.
I mean, because I, like I'm doing bacon, I can't just tell you what I'm doing behind the avatar because I got,
Right,
I
right.
got, I got to show you. So
It
I just
was
so
nice to see you. It really was.
Yeah, I had to take a little strip of black tape off my web camera.
Hey, I never seen your face before.
Yeah, check out the last. Was it the last live?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
pastry quest.
you'll see him.
Okay.
I mean, but you see my face in the stepping videos and my dance videos. I ain't.
But this one was different because in the Stephen videos, because I still hadn't really seen you before, I wasn't sure which one was you, especially the
I
ones
mean,
where it's a group of y'all.
well, there's a few stepping videos where like. Especially one like if you have seen the one where teach you do the birthday dance, like it's just me and her. So
I didn't see that
yeah,
one, so that's why I
yeah,
wasn't sure if it was you.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute, wait
I
a minute. Yes,
mean,
I did. It's one of those where the face, and because I can remember I told you I have a budget
yeah,
phone.
yeah. But even you see my videos, if you got me on IG, like I put my actual picture on there. I ain't.
Mhm.
I made a picture I had like 3 or 4 years ago. I ain't changed it yet, but that's still me.
Well, so now I don't know if it's maybe just my phone. I couldn't really zoom it, so I couldn't really see your face really good, where I could see you good in the in your live stream. So like I said, that was nice, to actually see you.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I really don't I really don't care about like camming up, like just it's kind of my thing. But like I said, like I did that because for a reason, because I had to show you something. So you couldn't just I couldn't like not do that and have you know I couldn't just do it behind no behind the avatar. So
Yep. Them
but
cookies look good too.
yeah, it tastes good. Except like except the edges kept getting hard, and it was like every time I'm doing it, it's like they would just they would just get hard like real quick. And I mean, I think it was just like I guess I when I did it, that was the first time using that stove, and I was like going in. I was like, yeah, I should have. I said, yeah, I should have checked out like how the stove baked first before I started baking. So I waste so much cookie batter. Oh, I'm so mad, but it's all good. It's a learning experience.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have another baking video sometime this week. I don't know if I know it's not gonna be on the same day. I don't think, but I am gonna try to do that. Yeah, cause I seen you came in. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, cause like when I first see it, I was like, oh yeah, ain't nobody. I was like, actually, yes, last minute, ain't nobody coming in. Ain't nobody coming in. I was like,
I
that's
think
just,
I had just got back in the house and I seen you was on.
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
"Ooh, baking cookies." Cookies. I said, "Ooh, I got to hurry and cook."
Yeah, I hadn't baked cookies. I think probably last time I did maybe, I think maybe last year or something. But yeah, I don't know if you seen that live stream when we were when we were doing one of the Pod Later YouTube stream, and I remember I showed some of the pictures from Instagram with like some of the things I learned how to bake,
No,
and
cooking.
like the ladies really love the cheesecake I had I had made
Oh yes, honey. We like to see
strawberry.
men in the kitchen cooking.
Lord, that's all I'm gonna say. Lord.
Ooh, joy, that joy,
George, were
that
you around?
Lord is loaded.
Were you
Joey.
around when I showed you that? What?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. You must have left then when I showed it. You must have had to
I
go.
was bouncing around, so
Yeah,
I
you must have had to go then when I was showing that then.
Speaking of cooking, I need to go check my beans to make sure that they are right on the stove.
Lord.
I want them to burn up.
Right.
I'll be back.
All right.
What is it? There.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like yeah. I mean yeah. I think you had seen it. Like it was like learn how to bake make a strawberry cheesecake and pretty much I think it took like 2 days to make that because you know after we made it like you had to bake it and then after baking it you had to because I think before no matter of fact before I baked it had like the strawberry design. I think you like the strawberry glaze like to put in the cheesecake and then you had to make like these circles around it and after you made them you know, you had to make like a chevron design, which pretty much you kind of just well, you had to use like a toothpick and like just make the design. It was cool. Now they baked it. You know, I had to let it cool overnight, and I cut up some strawberries and made designs on it. Let me see if I can. Because I mean, even though I'm probably I don't know how long it would take me to for it to come up on there, but I'll see if I can least find the post and share it on here so you can check it out for yourself.
Sounds good.
Okay, you okay? For roll us back. Okay,
Yeah.
The
Just
beans are
had to
right over
check and make sure they was all right.
there. Okay. All right. That's the that's the link to it. So you can
Okay.
you can check out the pictures for that.
Oh, what did I click on that for now? Let me hurry click off of that. Ooh, I love me some cheesecake.
There more. I mean, you have more pictures, but
Oh, that is gorgeous.
You did that, Zero?
it was some help. I was learning how to make it. So
I see you take pay very close attention to detail, sir.
Yes, the presentation. That is beautiful.
Let me get to the next page. Oh, with the strawberries on top. Let me find out, Zero.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Excuse me.
Oh,
And he said, okay. Oh, and he drizzled it. Keep scrolling. I'm glad I stayed on in the background.
I see. You almost missed out, George.
Zero cooking it up.
See, that's what I'm talking about. The man in the kitchen cooking.
Like I'm smiling, like I'm innocent. No, you could cook.
Shoot, I'm telling you, that's chef.
Yeah,
That's chef material.
and he in an
right?
industrial kitchen too. You see that stuff in the background.
I see.
Industrial.
I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
click to that one. I see.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I was learning how to make it, but I was actually learning how to be a pastry chef. I was actually learning from one of the best pastry chefs in the city. So she was showing me. She taught me. She was teaching me how to make it. I said the only thing I was kind of wish I didn't do was share it with my coworkers.
That is awesome.
Cause I think I only got 2 slices out of there. By the time shift started, it was gone.
I bet.
I,
Shoot, if
I,
I'd have been there, boy, I'd have been tipping out with the whole thing.
I mean, if I knew how good it was gonna be, I was like, I would say, nope, no, you can't have it. You can't have it.
I'm a snacker too. I probably would have like put my finger in it, just like, oops, sorry, no get
I
back.
know, right? Make a reason why to say it's
Yeah, they
ruined
be like,
now.
dang, whose finger is that? But like, well, I trust it, so I'll take it then.
Exactly. You don't put your fingerprint on it.
Right.
And then
So now it's yours.
and then we go like one below it. It's like where I learned how to make devil foods cake. Like one I made like two on one for the staff, and then the other one was for what I took home for Thanksgiving, and it was like the first chocolate cake I ever made. Then I brought it back home Thanksgiving. Didn't nobody want to eat it. It was good. It was good, and nobody wanted to eat it.
Now,
I
see,
mean,
that wouldn't have hurt my feelings at all. That'd been more for me.
I ate the whole thing, but it was it took a while. But I ate the whole thing, but I was like thinking like, bro, made it on Thanksgiving. You ain't want a slice. I mean, it's like
Zero. They knew it was you. They knew they have history with you. That's why.
I mean, no. I mean, think about it, these are my parents.
Yeah, they knew you. They know you. We don't know you that well. That's why. That's why we'll eat it. They're like, that's Zero. Mm-mm.
No, I'm pretty good. It was just like I don't know why they ain't want to, why they ain't want it, because I'm like, but I had to way enough eating it. I mean, it took I think I had that baby like about like a 2 or 3 weeks before I finished that thing.
Ooh, child.
Cause I remember the chef, like the owner there, he was like, I mean, he had like a slice, and I mean, he had like a slice, and he was like, he ate some of it. He said it's good, but that's just too rich for me. He says that's good. He says good, just too rich for me.
Yeah, because he got diabetes. That's why. Bunk him. I'll take it.
I'm telling you,
Right?
I'd have been tipping at the dough.
Yeah, I mean, like slice of hair, it was good, but I was like, I said, it didn't really feel like melting mouth taste because like because the cake was still like cold, but like,
Right.
but like once it warmed up, oh yeah. I mean, cause I remember like later on, like after he said that, I think that like his mother came to the restaurant and he wanted me to come out and serve it to her, cause like while I was learning how to learn pastry all that, I was actually working as a dishwasher. So I was like, yeah, he said, yeah, he said, I want you to come out and serve it to my mother. Cause I like first, I like you just saying that he wasn't gonna do it, and then when he kept coming back, then I think, and matter of fact, I think it was almost Thanksgiving, right at time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go out and went out and served it to her, and she took a slice. Oh, she loved it. She didn't know that. I mean, I don't think she knew that I did it at first, but like I served it to her. She ate. Oh, she enjoyed it, and then she like said, "Who made this cake?" And it was like, and then and then said I did. I was like, oh. So he said, I really love this cake, and then I think after I went back to watch this, she came back in the back later on before she left. And she said he said that was like one of the best chocolate cakes I ever had. And I told her, I said, would you believe that was my first cake ever made? He said, well, that's your first cake. You well on your way.
Hmm.
Which it really was like the first cake ever made.
Wow.
Well, it's all first full cake. I baked some Miller cupcakes, and like I mean that was good, but the frost they had did not really taste all that good. But I did learn to make them. It just like the frosting didn't turn out sweet enough for me. But it was that. But like the recipe that she gave was a European recipe. So like most styles chef they use a European style of bacon, which like the sweets aren't really all that sweet. It's like say like if like sweets are really sweet, they call it American style bacon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I learned that while I was doing it. I was like, oh, okay, cause one of the chefs told me said you got to check out Chef's Table with this one chef named Christina Tassi, I think that's the name. Yeah, Christina Tassi. And I went and checked out. I said, oh yeah, she's like me. She loves sweets like I do.
Mm.
It was like certain things she was making like that. They was like saying, "Oh yeah, this is crack pie." But I think it was actually chest pie, but she was trying to name it something else, something like that. I was like, I think that's chest pie. I think that's chest pie. It looks like, but but it was still she did like something. I think she made like a panna cotta, which she made taste like may taste like cereal milk. Like the milk in the cereal. Like after you get through eating the cereal and the milk get all sweet and all that.
Hmm. Hmm.
She somehow managed to duplicate that flavor. So I was like, oh okay. I said that is really interesting.
Mm. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. It was like I said, oh, that's interesting that happened like that. But
Yep. Well, you are definitely the chef because, wow, that
yeah,
looks
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I'm trying. Of course, I plan on, you know, run my own baking business someday. But I'm just got to get back into it and really, practice. But other than that,
Yep.
but yeah, yeah, Joe, what time you say you had to go? Did somebody say they had to go at a certain time?
I think that was Joy. I know I probably need to
Yeah,
get
that
off
was an
here
hour
soon.
ago, but I've been able to do what I need to do behind the scenes, and you guys were carrying it. So, as long as I don't have to keep talking, I could stay just to hang out. But I'm behind the scenes though.
Okay, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? Or?
No, I'm good. I mean,
Yeah, I'm good too.
I learned something from both of you, as always.
I learned
I
something
appreciate
from
that.
y'all. Like I always learn, from everyone.
I appreciate that. Y'all got any last words?
Man, if you're out there, for me, if you're out there trying to create a YouTube channel, um, just like I'm gonna steal your thing, Miss Sierra, but just like what she just said, just be genuine and authentic, and the right things will come along. But try to, try not to go to fast through because fast never ever works.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. I was going to add that, but she already did it. So
Oh,
that's it. Yeah, the
that's my
slow.
Aries sister right there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And we both Aries. If you know the typical thing that that's always attributed to Aries is that they have no patience and fast. They want everything fast and no.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm a Libra. I'm the one that balances everything out.
Yes, you are on the opposite end of us. But yeah, no, just take it slow and don't be afraid to. Oh, maybe I can add this. Don't be afraid to take even a meandering route, because you can meet a lot of different people that you wouldn't normally meet if you stayed on that straight and sort of that straight path of doing this just one. You should do this. um, don't be afraid to meander. Either take a meandering path or meander off the path because you can learn um, a lot of things. You can meet a lot of great people that can add to your life. You can learn things. You might not be able to apply it right then, but usually down the road, what you've learned you'll be able to apply that, and you would have never come across that or found it out had you not you know kind of meandered off of that path or took a
Right.
meandering path. You don't have to get there tomorrow
Mhm.
Right.
or in the
Yeah.
next 10 minutes.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all for gracing my panel. If of course, I probably ask y'all sometimes weekend if y'all have time. Try to do it on Saturday this time. but
Okay.
but uh but always a pleasure having having y'all come on here.
Well,
And
I
let me get
enjoyed it, and thank you for the invite. I really appreciate that.
anytime, anytime. So I'm give my shout outs. Hey, okay. I hate like when they cut off some of the okay, I got on my StreamYard. Okay, so shout out to Caney Moore, shout out to Website Cafe, shout out to Tom Malone One, shout out to Egan, shout out to Poetic Kills, shout out to Crystal Vlogs Lifestyle, shout out to Sunny, uh, shout out to Char Willie, shout out to Snow Cone, shout out to Ciova, shout out to Velvet Satin, let's see who else. Oh, and shout out to House of Bling, shout out to Coleman Baby, and I think that's it. So appreciate y'all for coming through and support. And I appreciate the panel, Joey B. Divins Clothing and our and our newest member to come through, Miss Furo Sarah.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking with y'all. We had a good, lively conversation. So
Yes, it was.
hopefully we have more. Of course, it's good to have this conversation, especially what's going on now, what everybody's talking about. And I was like, I just and I chose not to talk about that on purpose because I
I'm kind of
don't
glad.
don't want to be a war in the chat room. Like, oh yeah, especially the whole like president. Oh well, I don't like this guy. I like this guy. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for that.
Oh, anytime,
I
anytime.
agree.
Yeah. So yeah, it was always a pleasure having y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, holding this bounds by rich people, and I'll see you guys later.
Take
Have
care,
a
Bye.
y'all.
have a great day. Mhm.